Now, have you heard of the Daxing Airport that's been built right next to Beijing in China and opened up in September 2019? I'm sure you have. It's the biggest single terminal in the world. Welcome back to the Barrett channel today for a brand new video. Me and my dad Lee, we create videos here in China talking about our experiences, showing you the infrastructure, the new tech, and taking you traveling around this amazing country. So if you're into that, drop a like on this video, help us out, and subscribe so you don't miss any future ones. We are on right now the express train that runs from Beijing through to the Daxing Airport, and this was built specifically to get people from Beijing to the airport. It goes twice as fast as any other metro train. It can go 160 kilometers an hour, and it takes 20 minutes to go from Beijing all the way to the airport. We're going to show you around. It's going to be a great time, so stick with us and we'll take you there.
So you've got this diagram here, and this shows you in advance of the train arriving in the station which carriages are crowded and which are empty. So when you're lining up to get the train along the platform, you know where to stand, where the least crowded carriages are going to be. And to be honest, that's the first time I've ever seen anything like that. I think the metro comes into the station on a 2 levels down, so we have to go up 2 levels to get to the airport terminal building.
If you're wondering, we are here with China Radio International. That's why you're going to see us following around with a bunch of people. We've been here with them for a few days and been showing us around different parts of Beijing, and we're going to have loads more Beijing content on the channel already and on its way, so stay tuned. Daxing Airport cost over $50 billion to build, and they built it in just under 5 years. It opened up in September 2019, and it was built because Beijing's original airport couldn't cope with as many passengers as they were taking. China are actually building a brand new city named Xiong'an, and that's going to be on the border of Beijing and Hebei province. And this airport is going to be built to accommodate for all of the people that are going to be living in that city, as well as the people living in Beijing.
There's basically 6 levels to this airport. So the first 2 levels, the very lowest level is where the subway comes in from local other areas of Beijing, and it's line 10. Then you get the Daxing Airport Express, which interestingly only costs 35 RMB, which is about $5.
Yeah, $5, yeah.
Compare that to like something like the Heathrow Express in London, which is about £25.
Really?
So it's like a massive difference. So again, one of those things that's very accessible. So you come in on the subway, you will arrive at the very bottom floor, which is 2 levels underground. The next floor up, which is 1 level underground, is where the express train is, the high-speed rail. And that's a train that goes between Beijing and Xiong'an, which is the new city we mentioned earlier. And the first floor above ground, or perhaps ground level, I guess, is international arrivals.
Yeah, ground level.
Yeah, ground level. And then the next floor up from that, the second floor, is domestic arrivals. And then the third floor is domestic departures. And then finally, right on the top floor, which is the 4th floor, are international departures. There's something interesting, which is, I feel it's a bit of a shame really, because if you are travelling domestic, you can actually check in your luggage at the train station or the metro station. You haven't got to bring your luggage and carry it all to the airport. But for whatever reason, if you're travelling international, you can't do that.
Something they've really tried to do with the design of this building is to reduce the time it takes to walk to your gate. So they say on paper that from the middle of the airport it should only take 8 minutes maximum to walk to every single gate in the airport, which is not a very long time, because Other ones that I've been to, you can be walking for 15-20 minutes.
Yeah, it's actually a starfish design. And just interestingly, this airport was designed by a Middle Eastern company.
Zaha Hadid.
Yeah, Zaha Hadid. And it's a very unique design in that, if you notice, they only used 8 vertical columns in the design of the building, so it's not littered with like columns. It's quite open spaces. Less than 5 years to build. It's for a project of this big.
That is insane. That is insane. That's just, it comes back down to the speed and the rate of which China can do these projects, because they have such a huge amount of people that they're able to pull from different provinces to put into a project like this.
It currently has 4 runways, but that later will expand to 7. And some of the runways are bi-directional, which is apparently something that is not usual. So they can have planes taking and landing off from either direction on a runway.
Oh.
And once it's up to full capacity, it will be able to handle 620,000 flights per year and over 100 million passengers. This is kind of a staggering amount, isn't it? We did try and ask if we could fly the drone, but sadly it was a no-no.
Yeah, unfortunately we ain't going to be flying the drone outside. I think that would probably pose a little bit of a security risk.
Yeah.
So I just will say that we're not actually flying, we're just visiting here right now. So we'll do our best to show you around as much as we can, and hopefully we'll be coming back here to fly to or from this airport in the very near future. So I've just arrived on the 4th floor, and this is where you really get a glimpse of the architectural structure on the roof here. I hope you can see and conceptualize that as well as I can through the camera, because that's really, really, really something. It's almost like a big bouquet of flowers opening up into the roof. That looks really kind of special. One of the maddest parts about building like an airport is not just the fact that they've got to design it, is the fact that they've got to be super skilled people to understand all the physics and the maths behind the materials that they're using, and how hot the building's going to get, and how much, how energy efficient it can be when they build it this way or build it that way. There's so many things to consider when building a structure like this.
They use some geothermal in this. It's apparently one of the greenest buildings. They have a lot of sort of, I don't know.
It doesn't look very green, mate.
No, but
it's pretty white.
It has a lot of green credentials.
So this is a very, very nice restaurant that, unfortunately, because this area over here is the entry to the international flights, which right now has been completely shut down because of COVID. Just because of the area in the airport where this restaurant opened up, it's completely squashed their business, which is probably something they really didn't expect when they opened that up in 2019. And that's kind of a shame, because it looks like a real nice place, and I'd quite like to have a drink or something there. So above here you can see these kinds of blocks on top. That is representing the Tiananmen Square, and that points in the exact direction of it going out of that window, which is kind of cool. And the other side of where I've just shown you the Tiananmen Square model, this is on the other side. That's pretty incredible. And also, this represents the central axis of Beijing, in where they've basically lined up a bunch of different buildings through the center of Beijing, and these signs are showing us the buildings that they are down that central line. So you've got the central axis of Beijing, 53.6 kilometers away from the National Stadium, 48 kilometers away from the bell tower, and you can go on to read these yourself. And these all line up exactly through that central line. 43 from Tiananmen, the Temple of Heaven. I didn't realize all of those buildings were in a straight line. That's pretty cool, actually. We've just come and been shown what this machine can do, and this is basically the machine you're going to get your luggage tickets, right? So what this has inside of it is a GPS tracker. Let me show you here. This bit inside is basically going to wrap around your luggage, and you're going to be able to use your phone to put the number in and see.
Scan the number.
Oh, you just scan it, even better. And then you're going to be able to see where it is. So if your luggage goes to a different country, you're going to know about it and you're going to be able to see where it is. And I imagine that probably lowers the rate of it being misplaced massively. There you have it. There's the Daxing Airport. Hope you did enjoy this Barrett video. Please do subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. We've got a bunch of videos on the channel that you can check out. Drop a like, really helps us out. All that good stuff. Thank you very much for watching. We will see you in the next one. For now, take care.